There is a say from Malcolm: education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. It means those who are preparing today for their future, it is like a passport. There is nothing but education. With this, we'll start one more problem on springs. The statement of the problem is like this: a loaded narrow gauge car weighs 18 kilonewton and moving at a velocity of 80 meters per minute is brought to rest by a buffer spring of 2 helical spring. In bringing the car to rest, the spring undergoes a compression of 200 mm. The allowable shear stress is zero point 0.3 gigapascal and the spring index is 8. Solve for the dimensions of spring. Take G is equal to 84 gigapascal. This all about the given problem. Now we'll list the data for the given problem. A loaded narrow gauge car weighs 18 kilonewton. So this is not the load which acting on the spring. It is the weight of the car that we need to consider separately as weight of the car. That is M is equal to 18 kilonewton. This we need to convert into kg. So 18 into 10 to the 3, that means 18 Newton. 18 into 10 to the 3 Newton divided by 9.81. Then it is going to become in terms of mass. Mass 1834.86 kg. And moving at a velocity of 80 meters per minute. Suppose this weight is stationary, then we can take it as a load on the spring, but it is a moving mass. That's why we need to obtain the weight of the object later. That will do later. At a velocity 80 meters per minute. So velocity of the car v is equal to 80 meters per minute. We'll convert that into meters per second. So we are getting 1.333 meters per second after dividing 80 by 60 to a rest by a buffer spring of 2 helical spring. So here we are supposed to be careful. Here he has given that buffer spring of 2 helical spring. 2 helical spring is there, that we need to consider later. In bringing the car to rest, the spring undergoes a compression of 200 mm. This compression of the spring that can be considered as deflection. So deflection y is equal to 200 mm. The allowable shear stress is zero point 0.3 gigapascal. So allowable shear stress tau is equal to 0.3 gigapascal, that is equal to 0.3 into 10 to the 3 megapascal or Newton per mm square. And the spring index is 8. Spring index he has given C is equal to 8, that is equal to capital D by D. So capital D is nothing but that is mean coil diameter. Capital D is equal to 8 times the wire diameter. Solve for the dimensions of spring. So dimensions of the spring we need to find, such as wire diameter D, mean diameter capital D, inner diameter of the spring coil capital DI, outer diameter of the spring coil D naught, deflection Y, number of active coil I, free length L naught, solid length L, and pitch P is equal to, that we have to find. And take modulus of rigidity G is equal to 84 gigapascal, that is 84 into 10 to the 3 Newton per mm square. This is all about the given data. Now we have to make a list of equations that is required to deal with this particular problem, that is dimensions of the spring. So various dimensions, to find various dimensions we need these are the fundamental equation. First equation is wire diameter, that is D is equal to, that can be obtained by using equation 11.1c page number 169, that shear stress equation tau is equal to 8 into F into D into K divided by pi d cube. Here K we have to find, F we have to find. So K can be evaluated. K is nothing but wall stress correction factor. K is equal to question mark. That can be evaluated by using equation 11.2a, page number 169. And the equation is K is equal to 4C minus 1 divided by 4C minus 4 plus 0.615 divided by C, where C is nothing but center spring index. Spring index he has given as 8, that we need to consider. Soon after this, we have to find the F, that by using a condition, that is kinetic energy of a moving object, that is car, is equal to stored energy of the spring, that we have to do. While doing solutions will work out the same. And next unknown is mean diameter of the spring coil D, that can be obtained by using equation spring index. Spring index C is equal to a ratio of wire coil diameter, mean wire coil diameter to diameter of the wire. So capital D by D, we are getting the value of capital D. Next, inner diameter of the spring called di. So di is equal to capital D minus I, d minus small letter d, wire diameter. And outer coil diameter d naught is equal to capital D plus d, mean coil diameter plus wire diameter. Next, number of active coil I that can be obtained by using deflection equation. Equation number 11.5a, page number 170. Deflection y is equal to 8 into fd cube I divided by gd raised to 4. Next, free length L naught that can be obtained by using equation 11.8a, page number 174. And the equation is L naught that's supposed to be greater than or equal to number of coils I plus 2 into D plus Y plus A. This we have to use to get the value of free length. Next, solid length L is equal to total number of coils, that is I plus 2. I is the active number of coil, plus 2 is that is used to ground and end, into D. Next, pitch P is equal to, by using free length equation, L naught is equal to I into P plus 2D. These are all the various equations that is required to deal with this particular problem. Soon after listing various equations that is required to solve this particular problem, now we'll move on to the solution. The main heading, that is dimensions of spring. So we'll go with the first heading A, that is wire diameter D. By considering the stress equation, allowable shear stress equation, tau is equal to 8 fd k into pi d cube, call that as equation number 1. Next, wall stress correction factor k is equal to, k can be evaluated by using equation 4c minus 1 divided by 4c minus 4 plus 0.615 divided by c. We'll substitute the value of c as 8. By simplifying, we are getting wall stress factor k is equal to 1.18. Next, one more unknown required for the equation number 1 is F, load on the spring, that can be evaluated by using one of the condition. Kinetic energy of the car supposed to be equal to energy stored in the spring. We'll call that as equation number 2. Now we'll evaluate kinetic energy and energy stored in the spring separately. Now kinetic energy Ke is equal to, that is kinetic energy of the car, Ke is equal to half into mv square. So weight of the car, that is 18 kilonewton, that we converted into mass in terms of kg, that we got 1834.86 kg, that I have substituted. And velocity 80 meters per minute he has given, that we already converted into second, meters per second, that I have substituted 1.333 into 10 whole square. By simplifying, we are getting the value kinetic energy 1630.17 Newton meter. So here we are supposed to be careful. Here unit will be mass is kg, velocity square meter square per second square. So kg meter per second square is nothing but Newton, into one more meter has left out, that is meter. Newton meter is nothing but joule. So Newton meter you are supposed to consider, that you are supposed to convert into Newton millimeter just by multiplying 10 raised to 3. So kinetic energy is equal to 1630.17 into 10 raised to 3 Newton millimeter. Now for the equation 2, one more unknown is required, that is energy stored in the spring, that can be evaluated by using a relation energy stored, that is resilience equation. Resilience R is equal to 1 by 2 load into deflection F into Y. So here one of the conditions earlier while defining the problem we discussed regarding the same, that is two springs, it have two helical coil spring. But here F, that is equivalent load, which when applied on each spring carries a deflection of 200 mm. Since the deflection he has given 200 mm compression, since there are two springs, we need to multiply by 2 in the RHS of the equation of resilience. So R is equal to half into F into Y into 2. So 2 to get cancels, and remaining value F into 200 is going to remain. So here capital R is equal to 200 into F Newton millimeter. Here don't write in terms of meter, because deflection we substituted in terms of millimeter. So now by using kinetic energy in terms of Newton millimeter and resilience in terms of Newton millimeter, we need to consider for the further step. Soon after getting kinetic energy and resilience in terms of Newton millimeter, we'll substitute in equation number 2, that is kinetic energy of a moving car is equal to energy stored in the spring. So we are getting 1630.17 into 10 to 3 Newton millimeter, that is equal to resilience, that is 200 times the F Newton millimeter. So here it is possible to get the value of force acting on the spring. Force acting on the spring is, after simplification, we are getting 8150.85 Newton or 8.15 kilonewton. This is the load actually going to act on the spring. This we have to consider instead of 18 kilonewton. Now, by substituting this in equation number 1, value of F, C as well as K in equation number 1, that is shear stress he has given 0.3 gigapascal, so that we convert it into megapascal or Newton per mm square, that is 0.3 into 10 to 3 or 300 Newton per mm square, that is equal to 8 into force on the spring, that is 8150.85 into 8d into 1.18 divided by pi d cube. So here I substituted that numerator and denominator, that value as spring index C, capital D by small d. So in denominator only one d is going to remain, that we have to substitute. So the value we are getting, d is equal to 8.67 mm. Now we got the value diameter d is equal to, wire diameter small letter d is equal to 8.67 mm, but it is not final value. For the standard wire diameter, we are supposed to refer table 11.2 page 188. So here the range from for 6.5 to 11 mm, that is wire diameter, we are supposed to go with the increment of 0.5. So either 6.5, 7, 7.5 like that. So here the value we have got, that is 8.67. So it is nearest to 9 mm. So I will finalize the value of diameter of the wire or wire diameter as 9 mm. After getting wire diameter, next step is the mean diameter of the spring coil D. That can be obtained by using equation spring index C is equal to capital D by small d. Now spring index C is 8, that is equal to mean diameter of the spring coil, that is capital D, divided by diameter of the wire, that is 9. 8 9 is 72. So mean diameter of the coil, capital D, is equal to 72 mm. Next one is inner diameter of the spring coil, capital DI, that can be obtained by using the equation difference between mean coil diameter and the wire diameter, that is capital DI is equal to capital D minus small d. By substituting the value capital D and small d, that is 72 minus 9, we are getting the value DI, that is inner diameter of the spring coil, DI is equal to 63 mm. Now outer coil diameter D naught, that can be obtained by addition of mean diameter of the spring coil plus diameter of the wire, that is 72 plus 9, it comes D naught as 81 mm. Outer coil diameter D naught is equal to 81 mm. Now number of active coil I, that we have to find, that is by using deflection equation, y is equal to 8 into fd cube I divided by gd raised to 4. So now we'll substitute the value. Deflection is 200 mm. 8 into f is 8150.85 into capital D by small d whole cube, that is equal to spring index C, that I have substituted, 8 cube into I divided by G is 84 into 10 raised to 3 into D raised to 4. In the D raised to cube I already took for spring index that ratio, and rest entity is only D, that I have substituted, that is 9. By simplifying this, we are getting the value I is equal to 4.52 or 5 coils. Next unknown is free length L naught, that can be obtained by using equation L naught, that's supposed to be greater than or equal to total number of coil I plus 2 into D, diameter of the wire, plus deflection Y plus A. We'll call that as equation number 3, where A is equal to X into D into I, that is from page number 174. But the value of X can be evaluated by referring figure 11.6 page 174. Since the diameter is 9 mm, which is greater than 0.8, we are supposed to go for lower curve. In the lower curve, for the corresponding value of spring index 8, I will consider the value of X is equal to 0.19. So now we'll substitute those values in equation number 4. Equation number 4 implies, that is A is equal to X, that is 0.19 into diameter, that is 9 mm, into I, that is number of coil, that is 5. By simplifying this, we are getting the value A is equal to 8.55 mm. Now we need to substitute these values in equation number 3. Equation number 3 implies we are getting L naught supposed to be greater than or equal to I plus 2, that is 5 plus 2, into D 9 mm, plus deflection Y, that is 200, plus A, that is equal to just now what we have got, that is 8.55. Substitute this, we are getting L naught, it's supposed to be greater than or equal to 271.55 mm, or I rounded up that value for the next value, that is 272 mm. Now the final unknown, solid length L, that can be evaluated by using equation active total number of coil into diameter. Total number of coil, that is I plus 2 into D, that is 5 plus 2 into wire diameter, that is 9 mm. We are getting 7 9s are 63. That is the solid length of the spring. Now final dimension of spring is pitch. Pitch P is equal to, that is by using free length equation, L naught, that is equal to I into P plus 2 times the D, that is 272, that is equal to 5 into P, number of coil turn, that is 5, plus 2 into 9, 9 is wire diameter. By simplifying this, we are getting pitch P is equal to 50.8 mm. This is about the complete solution.